New Orleans is a city that turns fun and festivity into art, and Carnival is the pinnacle. Now, some traditions go back more than a century, but the all-female parading crew Nyx became a major attraction in less than a decade.
But a rapid sequence of controversies put a harsh spotlight on Nyx. And as investigative reporter Mike Perlstein reveals, what was once a celebration of sisterhood has been fractured by high-stakes allegations that are going to have to be resolved in court. Here's the first part of a series we call Nyx Unmasked.
This is the Instagram post that opened up Pandora's box. Or more fittingly for the woman who posted it, Mystic Crew of Nyx Captain for Life, Julie Lee, it opened up Nyx's decorated purse.
And that was the breaking point, and that's why everybody left the crew.
A former New Orleans cop, Lee, who helped launch Carnival's largest all-female crew, offered an apology for the post, both in a letter to the newspaper and privately to Nyx members. But when some of Lee's associates met with her privately amid the national upheaval after the murder of George Floyd, she drew a bright line.
We made it very clear that she was never going to say Black Lives Matter.
Nyx members resigned by the dozens. High school bands announced they would no longer march with the crew.
It was ill-timed, ignorant. It showed no awareness of what was going on in the country at the time.
Weeks later, Lee and the crew found themselves on the defensive again, this time over a rule added to the bylaws requiring members to be born female, effectively eliminating trans women.
And I'm not willing to put my time and money behind any crew that isn't willing to vocally say Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter.
The blow-up was just the beginning. Testimonials from disheartened former members soon popped up on Facebook Live Zoom calls, drawing thousands of views. Professor and social worker Holly McKinney was among them and is now one of 5 lead plaintiffs in a class action civil lawsuit against Nyx, Julie Lee, and her husband, Chris Lee.
This is about the financial mismanagement of a multi-million-dollar organization.
The suit was launched when Lee refused to refund dues to members who dropped out. But the sweeping allegations in the lawsuit are like a pulp novel about the dark underbelly of New Orleans Carnival. Unfettered power, self-dealing, fraud. The plaintiff's attorneys say they plan to prove a racketeering conspiracy, a criminal enterprise.
You know, for somebody to take an organization and make it a self-serving endeavor is kind of takes away from that you know,
innocence.
Yeah.
The attorney for Julie Lee and Nyx, Doug Sanseri, dismisses the allegations. He says any organization with over 3,500 people is bound to have internal squabbles. As for charges of misconduct, he says he'll beat those here in court. Let's look at the origins of the lawsuit. The attorneys say all this legal mess could have been avoided if Nyx had simply paid the refunds, ranging from $150 to the full price of membership, $750.
It was the 28 cases that was in small claims court, and they were suing for the refund of their dues.
Instead of paying off the relatively small amounts filed by way of these handwritten claims, Nyx escalated the battle. The crew filed this document against 7 of the women, asking the court for a blanket ruling that Nyx had no obligation to refund any money to anyone, essentially declaring war on the women who just wanted their money back.
It's rattling and disconcerting when a sheriff comes and knocks on your door and says, good morning, ma'am, you've been sued.
The fact that she didn't back down, we're not surprised. The fact that she was not going to give the money back, we're not surprised.
Businesswoman V. George and Lee were close.
We actually went on a cruise together, and we became really good friends.
But as an active and devoted crew member and a CPA, George began questioning some of Lee's business practices.
It was cash, cash, cash.
Some things that made George suspicious are now spelled out in the lawsuit. For example, crew members couldn't just buy any safety harness to ride on a float. A city requirement, harnesses are cords that attach riders to a float to keep them from falling off.
A harness, we can get it from anywhere. We can get it from another crew that we rode with, but she wanted us to get it from that particular company.
According to the lawsuit, they were forced to buy their harnesses from a specific company, Crescent City Innovations. The owner, Lee's husband, Chris Lee.
I'm like, okay, there must be something special about this harness that I can't use the 3 other harnesses I have from being in other crews.
Members also found it odd that on top of dues to ride in the parade, they had to pay additional cash just for access to the floats to load their throws, according to the lawsuit.
Why do we now have to pay an additional $5 to have access to the loading area?
And pay cash to Lee's representatives to tip tractor drivers.
And the drivers are alleging that they never received that.
Because the crew is incorporated as a nonprofit organization, some financial details are contained in its public tax form. The 990s, as they're called, show that Lee was paid a salary as captain, a rarity in Carnival. No other super crew we researched pays its captain, not Endymion, Bacchus, Rex, or Zulu. The tax records show that Lee was paid $40,000 in 2016 and nearly $70,000 in 2018. The only other crew we could find that pays a captain is Iris, which paid its captain $130,000 in 2018. These records show Nix even got $48,000 in PPP loans during the pandemic for Lee and her 2 other salaried officers.
It's a lot to unpack. It is a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to happen in a Mardi Gras crew.
According to the lawsuit, there were other perks, dinners, drinks, and the Lakeview apartment where crew members say Lee stayed when she did want to drive back to her home in Slidell. George gave credit to Lee for working long hours.
She's always there. She worked constantly for, as she called it, her baby.
But other Nix entities are cloaked in secrecy. Nix Sisters was incorporated as a nonprofit and served as a waiting list to join the crew. The $75 a person list was once long, but we could find none of the financial records required by the IRS to be public.
It was Julie's company, if you will, and that money did not go back into the crew of Nix coffers.
Few people knew about the launch of Nix better than Sandy Simpson. After serving with Lee as an NOPD officer, she also was the crew's co-founder. But Simpson says that after 5 years of increasing tension with Lee, Simpson was voted off the board.
Looking back on it now, I see where she craved the power and the attention.
Simpson says she's not surprised by the class action lawsuit, or another suit filed this year by Nix's original float builder, PFJ Floats, for breach of contract. Yet another pending lawsuit was filed by the family of the spectator who was hit by a float and killed during Nix's aborted 2020 parade.
But because of one woman's greed and disrespect for her own Nix sisters, this once great organization has become a laughable joke.
I never in my wildest dreams thought that I'd file suit against a super crew in New Orleans and get high-fived walking down the street.
Nix's website now shows it's open for new members without a wait. Mike Perlstein, Eyewitness News.
Through her attorney, Doug Sunseri, Lee declined our invitation for an interview. But again, he did sit down with Mike today to give an exclusive response to the lawsuit and the lingering bad blood. Here's an excerpt of what he had to say.
If everybody sat down in the same room without lawyers and just talked from the heart, this would be all worked out. Because I think retrospectively, you know, as we're getting away from this and getting certain of these events behind us, I think a lot of healing could be done.
Well, that wasn't Sunseri's only surprising comment. We'll show you a lot more from our exclusive interview Monday night in part 2 of our series, Nix Unmasked.